Justice League are dead. They're gone. And the Dark Army is coming. The Great Darkness is rising. And the DC Universe is about to experience the darkest crisis ever. Guys, DC just announced their upcoming blockbuster events coming this summer, titled Dark Crisis, written by Joshua Williamson. And before I go into all the details and my thoughts on this event, how hyped I am for it, we're going to check out the promo they released on their YouTube channel, where Joshua Williamson gives most of the details, but he's more just hyping it up. He's talking about how this is all about legacy and how he's been building toward this event for a while. So yeah, guys, without further ado, let's check out the promo for Dark Crisis.
Recently, we announced that we were doing Death of the Justice League and Justice League 75 coming out in April. Well, the thing that's spinning out of that is our big blockbuster event of the summer, Dark Crisis. Dark Crisis number 1 starts in June, and really, to me, it's a story about all these things that we love of the DCU. It's about the generational stuff, it's about the sidekicks, it's about the legacy of DCU. And I really wanted to show a crisis event from new, different perspectives. We're going to be showcasing all of these new heroes and them having to deal with the crisis for the first time. Before Dark Crisis number 1 starts in June, we have 2 one-shot specials that will be bridging between Justice League 75 and with Dark Crisis number 1. First, there will be the Dark Crisis 0, which will be coming out on Free Comic Book Day. It's me and Jim Chung, and we are telling a story about the Justice League and showing why the Justice League matters and why the Justice League is great and why it is such an important part of the DCU, and then how people are dealing with it, like what happens after Justice League is gone, after they lose. And then we were doing a Justice League Road to Dark Crisis one-shot special, and it's going to be showcasing what is going on in this new world without Justice League. With Justice League 75, we had this great cover by Daniel Sampere, and I've wanted to work with Daniel for a really long time, but he's actually going to be the artist on the series, and the art that he is doing is amazing. The stuff that we've seen on issue 1 is so cool, is so epic and big, and really showcases some of the best parts of the DCU, and it showcases this great look at what this event is going to be. In Justice League 75, when the Justice League lose, all of these new heroes, they have to decide whether or not they're going to be able to step out of the shadows of the previous Justice League and rise up and try to save Earth Zero and try to save the multiverse. It's been really fun to see how different characters react to a crisis, how they get to react to this loss that Justice League has, and then which ones are able to really embrace it and become a better hero. So this event is going to be a very fun, different event for the DCU, and it is not going to be what you'd expect.
That was the promo for Dark Crisis, and guys, I am so hyped for this event. Like, if I would, just from 1 to 10, how hyped I am, I put myself like a 10 right now. Like, I have never been this excited for a DC event. Even during Dark Knight's Metal, and especially Death Metal. Like, guys, I was super hyped for Death Metal, like, a couple of years ago. Mainly because Dark Knight's Metal was so good. And when it got announced that Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo were going to return, I got super excited. But the reason this one gets me more excited is because how big in scope it is, and all the villains that are being involved. Really the villains. Like the fact that we're getting Darkseid, the Empty Hand, Eclipso, Neron, Upside Down Man, and actually check my notes. We also got like Doomsday. Who else I mean? Oh, Necron. I don't know how I forgot Necron for a second. The leader of the Black Lanterns. Like, that is gonna be so dope, guys. Like, I'm really excited for this. Like, the Empty Hand being this involved. He's the embodiment of the Reader. The Great Darkness, or the Great Evil Beast, first showed up in Swamp Thing number 49, Alan Moore's run. There's like a whole Great Darkness saga, you could call it. And Very powerful, omnipotent figure, and the fact that the Great Darkness, the big villain of this whole event, just shows how big in scope and how high stakes this event is. And the actual synopsis for this event reads: in the original Crisis on Infinite Earths by Marv Wolfman and George Perez, the homeworld of Pariah, along with the infinite multiverse, was obliterated. Now this mad soul survivor has found a way to bring his homeworld and the entire infinite multiverse back from the dead. Earth Zero must die. An ancient destructive force called the Great Darkness, first appearing in Swamp Thing by Alan Moore and Stan Woke, is the weapon Pariah will wield as he paves a path to rebirth and vengeance. In DC's next big event, Dark Crisis, the heroes left behind must come together to combat this great evil and save the lost Justice League. But what happens when not everyone agrees to join the fight? Now guys, that synopsis sounds really interesting. I like that Pariah is back and how he's having a bigger role. It just connects this event, this Crisis, to the original one. Or actually, Crisis on Infinite Earths is not the original, it's not the OG. It's just the most popular one, or it's the oldest out of the most popular. Like, you got Crisis on Infinite Earths, Infinite Crisis, and Final Crisis. Those are the big ones. But there were crises before Crisis on Infinite Earths. Like, we had Crisis on Multiple Earths, which was actually from 1965 to 1983. Now, you're probably thinking, wait, hold up. There was an event. Was it like 100 issues long? Like, how did it go from almost 20 years? Well, actually, what DC did was every year they released like an extra-sized issue that would just be a crisis. So it'd be like an annual Crisis crossover event. And it'd just be one issue, that's it, every single year. And I wanted to bring that up because I've been hearing a lot of talk, a lot of feedback on this new Dark Crisis event. And every DC fan and every comic reader is basically like, man, DC's been doing so many crises. We make memes about it now that the time between crisis events is getting shorter and shorter. But what I say to that is, okay, but we literally had almost 20 years in DC's history where every year we got a crisis. So I don't think that's the problem. Getting so many different crisis events that could change the DC universe, I'm fine with that. It really comes down to the writing and the artwork. Like, yeah, if we have a crisis that comes up like next year, maybe they call it Light Crisis. Like, you got Dark Crisis and Light Crisis. I don't know. But maybe that's the next one. And we get a writer that's not dependable, or one that I don't at least believe in, which I usually just give writers a chance. But maybe they got like a new writer that doesn't know nothing, and they got some bad artwork, and it was just, they're not selling it at all. Maybe they released a promo, and I'm not interested. I get that. I get somebody's critique on that. Like, oh, I can't see this writer being good, or can't see this artist. But here for Dark Crisis, they got Joshua Williamson, who's been making a great DC universe. Like, he's taking control. He's running the Batman title, the Robin title, the Deathstroke title. Like, he's writing all those. And before this, after Death Metal, he made Infinite Frontier, the Justice Incarnate. He's been building up to it. So it's not like, oh, he just decided, he jumped in, took control, and now he's doing events. No, he's actually been doing other stories, and he's proven himself. If the writer has proven himself, then I'm cool with it. Like, give him a chance at making an awesome event. And right now, I believe in Joshua Williamson. But if you don't, that's perfectly fine. Like, say you're a comic reader, you watch this right now, you're like, man, okay, I get the whole thing. Like, yeah, DC had a lot of crises in 1965, 1983 every year. So that whole argument of, oh, all these crisis events are making it worse to take away like the high stakes, that doesn't really hold up. But I don't believe in Joshua Williamson, or I don't really like the artwork. If it doesn't intrigue you, then don't buy it. Like, simple as that. But if it does intrigue you, like, this event intrigues me. It gets me excited. If this event gets you excited, if you like Joshua Williamson's writing, if you like the artwork by Daniel Sampier, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. But yeah, if you like the writing, artwork, you like the creative team on board, and if that promo sold you on it, then check it out. But yeah, guys, that's what I want to address real quickly. The creative team is the thing that makes it or breaks it when it comes to comics in general. Now, to other details in this event, I really like the emphasis on legacy, and there's one image that was shown on Joshua Williamson's Twitter, which is the first look on Dark Crisis #1. It's the first page, and it shows Batman lighting the candle, and then Robin giving the oath. Now, guys, you don't know, I'm pretty sure all you guys know, but in the comics, Robin gives the oath to fight with Batman, both of them together against criminals and corruption. And it's a big moment in Robin, or mostly like Dick Grayson's character, like comes up throughout DC history, like in Nightwing number 152, in that comic, we see Nightwing looking back on how he grew from being Robin to Nightwing, looking at his mentorship with Batman, and we see that same scene of the Robin Oath with the candle recreated. Alex Ross, he made an artwork, it was just a piece showing that scene, Batman and Robin giving the oath, and Batman putting his hand up, and them swearing to the oath. And Alex Ross's piece, like how he drew it, you can never go wrong with Alex Ross. Like, he's one of the best artists in the comic book industry. Like, his artwork is amazing, and this image right here just looks so cool. So the fact that they're bringing back this Robin Oath into it as like the starter, the first page in this big event, that gets me excited. I think that's a great way to start it, to get readers hooked. And if you like Dick Grayson's character, I really like Dick Grayson's character. His just development from Robin to Nightwing. Like, heck, I got a Nightwing shirt on right now. Nightwing, Dick Grayson in general is a really awesome character. And yeah, he's a sidekick. And I really like the emphasis on showing all the sidekicks in this event. Getting Aqualad, Kid Flash, Miss Martian, May Speedy. There's so many different sidekicks. And then like the new Justice League team that was showing Future State, like we got John Kent, Yara Flor, and then we got Jace Fox Batman. Jace Fox Batman, he's growing on me. I'm actually liking him more. Yara Flor, I like her. Brazilian Wonder Woman, it was a great idea, still is. John Kent, I liked him as a kid more. Like, that's just, everybody agrees with that. Like, I don't know one person who actually really likes John Kent being aged up. But here, I'll give it a chance. I haven't been liking the whole Son of Kal-El comic. Like, I really like Tom Taylor. He's doing an amazing job on Nightwing, but Son of Kal-El, it's just not my thing. I'm not interested. So, John Kent, he's gonna have to kind of prove himself in this event. I hope he becomes a greater character. And there's some images that they released of him looking at the statues of his heroes, him looking at his father's statue, Superman. It's really good. So I think that Josh Williamson is going to really develop John Kent's character, and I'm excited for that. So that right there, I don't really like him being aged up. I don't like his whole character arc right now in his own comic, but I'm going into this event with an open mind and hoping it turns out well. So yeah, guys, the one double page spread they released like the day before the announcement, showing the legacy of the DC Universe, showing the Justice League, showing the one from Future State as well, showing all the sidekicks, showing a lot of cool characters like Booster Gold, Blue Beetle, certain fan favorites across the DC Universe. Like, it was an awesome image. Like, Daniel Sanfrey, he is doing such a good job. Like, he's done some amazing artwork in Action Comics with the War World saga right now, but I think he's going to deliver his best work in this event, and that just gets me more excited. And Joshua Williamson, I already said, I believe in him. He's doing an awesome job on Batman, Robin, especially Deathstroke Inc. He did a great job on Infinite Frontier. He did a great job with his Flash run. Like, that's really what got him popular. That's what got me interested in his writing, and I'm excited to see where he takes the DC Universe. So yeah, guys, that's my thoughts on this Dark Crisis announcement. You guys, some of your thoughts down below. But yeah, guys, if you like the video, give a big thumbs up. You should make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on my next DC Comics video. And yeah, thanks for watching, and peace out.